which foot did he start with?
His left.
His left.
His right foot slightly touched it, and then
Right, and what happened? Do you want to come back this way? So he started on his left foot, right, from that line. Which foot hit the plate?
Right.
Yeah, his
Right one.
Right, so his toes with his right foot hit the plate. So we want his whole foot in the middle of the plate. What are we going to do?
Make him start with his right foot.
It'd be easier to get him to move forwards or backwards a little bit. So get him to move forward 6 inches, which he's done. He's now the other side of the line. So do you want to just walk again for us? Okay, so that was pretty good. You can stop. You want to come back. Do you want to come back again? So he hit the plate with the right foot, but he didn't quite clear it with his second stride. So get you to start with the heels on the line like you just did. So behind you. Just stay there because you actually moved a little bit forwards. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to record this one. So hopefully we should get you hitting the plate and hitting the next plate as we go. Alright? Again, I'll give you a 3, 2, 1, go. You just walk. That's all you got to do. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so we actually caught the end of the plate again with his foot. Not quite taking a big enough stride for us. That's okay. If you want to come back over, we can have a look at what we've got. You can come over here so you can see what's actually going on. So, we've got all of a sudden you appear out of nowhere because all of a sudden you enter our field of view. Okay? And then you've got your initial contact, quite a big peak. See how that arrow drives all of a sudden across the force platform because your heel caught the end of the platform. That heel of your other foot caught the end of the same platform. Then keep going. We've got a nice strike on that second platform. Third one. So that's a really nice pattern. One thing we can see with that, you can see that we get a really high initial peak, a really fast initial impact. Okay? As you drive over the top, it kind of dips a bit, and then it increases again as you start to push off. And that goes all the way until all of a sudden the foot leaves the field. That's all very good looking at it now, but we can actually see plot that. Look at the pink line, that represents where you are in time versus where you are here. Alright? So, back here, get closer to that, and all of a sudden, bang, we've got that initial contact. We then shoot up to the top of our impact transit. Okay? So that's our heel strike. Alright? We then have a big dip in force. Why do you think we've got a dip there? No, because that foot's in the air. At this point we've got a big dip. So all his weight is coming onto this foot. So he's about there, he's about to take this foot off the floor.
Because your heel gets the impact.
Heel gets the impact.
And then it's just like a rocking motion, so it's not much of an impact to the floor, but then with the turns, you're putting more pressure.
Exactly, we've got a loading phase, so he's just coming up onto that foot. So all that's happening is your weight is already on the floor, you're just now transferring it across your foot. Okay, so we're not actually putting any more force down, but then you're exactly right, as he starts to drive off with his toes, start to go forwards a bit now, that force increases to a peak here, where we now start to actually take the foot off the floor. smaller lines down here, you can see there's a green one and a red one. The red one we can pretty much ignore. That's what we call the medial lateral movement. Negate pretty much insignificant. We don't really worry about it too much. There's not a lot we can tell. What we can look at is this green one, which is our anterior posterior. If you look, when it initially hits the floor, the force goes negative. Right? Why would it go negative? Especially if I tell you, looking at this in here, because this is a little diagram of force makes. If you look at that, y is positive. This colour green, that's positive. Y is positive in that direction. Right, so positive down on that way.
Is that direction?
Okay, yeah, so that's the direction it's moving. So why is this negative? What happens when your heel hits the floor?
It's like it's a rebound.
Yeah, it's a braking action. Okay, every time you put your foot down, you brake. So the force that you're putting into the floor is going that way, so the floor is pushing you back that way. So we get a nice negative dip. But then all of a sudden that kind of levels out to zero as he's floating over the top of his own foot. And then as he starts to drive forwards, you're laying force down this way, which is then going to push you forwards. So we get that nice positive peak as well. Okay? So you can see how the positive and negatives actually relate to the direction of movement. Right? The reason we don't get any negatives in the ground reaction, the Z component of ground reaction, the vertical, is because it can't go through the floor. The floor's too high. Alright? Do you want to have a go at a jump?
Yep.
Yeah? So